Welcome, everyone, to episode 12 of Everything Entertainment with Gooch and Trio. My name is Trio.
And I'm Gooch. This is episode 12 for the week of 10/18, and we're going to start off with some Walking Dead.
How was it this week, Gooch?
So, episode 2, very good. A really good follow-up to episode 1. This episode was basically in Alexandria, while the main group, like Rick, Michonne, Glenn, all our main people are off dealing with the walkers in the woods. And we're focusing on, like, the B team. So it's, like, Carol, Carl, just, like,
Carl.
All our people that aren't out in the woods.
Yeah,
so, like, the B team.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, those people are getting more attention. Rick isn't even in this episode. Neither is Michonne. Morgan comes in. I mean, like, I would say he's, like, A team, but, like, he's, like, barely been in the show. I think this is, like, his 4th or 5th episode of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, you find out that the wolves attack Alexandria, and they are, like, Carol is, like, sitting in her house baking, like, being, you don't know this yet, but, like, when they get to Alexandria, she's holding up this, like, motherly, like, I'm innocent,
Yeah.
like,
So, wait, Carol is?
Yes,
Okay,
when Carol's, like, ruthless.
Yeah.
So, like, she's holding up this, like, persona, and she's just, like, baking inside, and, like, her neighbor's outside, like, smoking, and someone just comes up and just slits her neck out of nowhere.
Whose
like,
neck?
This girl's name, like, an Alexandrian, just,
Okay.
like, someone random.
Yeah.
And it's a wolf, and he just, like, whoosh, just slices her throat.
Out
Like, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No tension
No one
build
saw
up,
coming, yeah.
nothing. And then the wolves just come in, start stealing stuff, killing people, and then they try to get a truck to bash the wall in, and somebody snipes the trucker, and the truck veers into a tower and just stops, and the guy hits the horn, and the horn just goes off.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it wasn't on purpose. So that's what the horn was.
All right.
Stuff's happening. Morgan comes in. We see his staff skills. They pretty much, and they take out all the wolves in the end. There's some drama with Carl and Enid, who's an Alexandrian, who looks like she could have been, like, they put some backstory on her. She's just, like, her parents died, and she's, like, solo, and she finds Alexandria alone. So, like, she's been alone this whole time.
Uh-huh.
And she's thinking about leaving, and it's fishy that she stays until the wolves attack and then just leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe she's, like, a wolf informant? I don't know, because she, like, does her own thing, and, like, in last season, she's very, like, sneaky. You'll see when you get to it. But that was pretty much the episode, and there's still the walkers to deal with. We didn't even, like, touch on that. So next episode will probably be, like, the cleaning up the walkers that are going to be attacking and stuff. But, yeah, I really liked it. Where are you in Season 5?
I haven't watched it anymore since I'm still on, like, episode 5.
Yeah, dude. There's so many games coming out. Like,
I've between school,
yeah,
video
it's
games,
tough. Like, now we're getting to
work,
the time where we're watching, like, at least 5 shows.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if you don't, like, see it the day,
to be honest, one of these days I'm just gonna literally take a day and just binge watch.
Like,
a bunch of
Supergirl, like, it's, like, well, I'll mention it now.
Yeah.
Supergirl starts, like, Monday, and it's on while Gotham's on. I'm gonna watch Gotham, not Supergirl. Like,
I'm probably gonna watch Supergirl tomorrow first, just because it's a new show, and I'll record and watch Gotham later. Because I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna watch it with the other one at the same time.
This is like
Supergirl.
I would hate if, like, all these shows overlapped. Like, imagine if, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. overlapped with, like, Flash, and it would just suck. Like,
Man, it is tough because,
like, they could have done another time slot for that show. They could have, like,
I mean, that's primetime TV. That's when everyone watches. It's just
true.
Right.
I mean, but you could have, like, only thing on Wednesday is Arrow. You could have had Arrow on it, like, like 9 o'clock on Wednesday.
That's true.
That would have been fun.
But
and
again,
it's a weird slot though. It's 8:30 to 9:30.
Gotham and Supergirl really aren't connected anyway. Like CBS, that's Supergirl, right? Yeah, Supergirl's on CBS, and Arrow and Flash are on CW. Those are both owned by Warner Brothers, so they are connected. While as, like, Gotham, that's NBC or ABC.
Gotham's Fox.
Oh well, whatever. That's not even connected, so they don't even think about, like, these other shows in that realm. Whereas, like, Flash and Arrow and Supergirl are owned by the same company, so they will want to spread out their TV times. Yeah. They wouldn't want to put Supergirl and Arrow on the same night
Yeah,
at
you're
the same
right,
time, just because they don't want to clutter it.
At least the Sunday spot's not cluttered. I mean, it like I like how like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones like Walking Dead ends, Game of Thrones starts like the next.
That
week.
is it's
It's
great.
like very funny. But yeah, episode 2 was good, and this season is amping up to be like
Like a
the
good
best
one.
season yet.
All right, well then I'll do my part and catch up.
So Jessica Jones.
Dude,
We finally got like an official
like a
full
full
trailer. And hopefully it's last. I was saying before the trio, before we started, I was like getting like, all right, another Jessica Jones
The only
trailer.
reason why I didn't really care was because the other teasers they didn't really show
anything.
They
but
showed
like,
that she like could do this and do that.
But like Flash and Arrow have tons of random trailers that like I probably never watched. Like I think
I always watch like the trailer for the next week's
trailer.
episode. That's it.
Yeah.
And then they'll have like these little clips from the show.
Yeah,
that
it's just
I'll
like
watch.
relax. Like,
Hold your horses
but
here.
what did you think?
It got me super pumped, to be honest.
Yeah,
I
it
wasn't
did.
nearly as excited until I saw this trailer.
Yeah.
It seems way darker than it seems a hard M, like a hard mature
Yeah,
show.
it's more.
There's a bunch of like what's his name? Who's playing Kilgrave or the Purple Man? I forget the dude's name.
He
But
plays the Doctor from Doctor Who. I forget his name off the top of my head.
He looks like he's gonna be like a crazy, terrifying villain.
More of like it's more of like a
psychological.
mental, psychological like thriller, and like we see Luke Cage is in it, but I don't think either he doesn't have his powers or he just is not showing them.
Or we just don't even know yet because they might just be holding off on that till the show. Maybe they'll backdoor him into his TV series, or he might just get his powers in the first episode. I really don't know. Or he might
like the
already
last
have them.
episode, like
I don't think they'd do that, to be honest.
Because what they did that in Flash? What did they do that in? They did that in some
like
show.
He gets his powers. You know what I loved about Flash is that they gave him his powers and then he got a suit like the first episode, which
I mean, we saw it in Arrow, him get his powers. So, like, he was in the coma. We knew that.
Well, originally they were supposed to do, like, a backdoor pilot where, like, Flash was going to show up in Arrow, like, with his powers and stuff and be like, hey, but then they decided to scrap that and just give him his own, like, pilot.
Yeah, the way they did
stuff.
in Arrow was good, but not get off topic.
Yeah. But Jessica Jones, decidedly mature. Main points. It looks very cool. She has her superpowers. I think the way it sets up.
So she tried to be a superhero, looks like, or something of like a figure in like the city in Hell's Kitchen.
Has
I guess.
her history with Purple Man. It looks like her basic. She just wants. He can control everyone's mind. That's a fucking scary power.
Yeah. So like he knocks up on the door and he's like,
you want to invite me in?
And the guy like stops, doesn't say anything for like 3 seconds. Come in.
Yeah. Like it looks really cool. I can't wait to see some super powered chicks. It's nice. It's gonna be nice to see a female lead for Marvel, and Kristen Ritter, great actress. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely
what about you?
excited. Yeah, like the only thing I'm scared of, like, is that you're talking about it looks like she was a hero, and it's kind of like a plot hole because like wouldn't we have heard about it, especially in Daredevil, right?
Well,
it wouldn't make sense that he would like be aware of what.
Well, but the thing is, I think that she was a while ago, like before Matt even tried to even take up the thing. I think she was like an underground like hero that really just kind of tried and failed.
I mean, like she's not like a hero. Like she doesn't.
She was,
dress
is what
up.
I'm saying. Yeah,
that we know of. She just beats people up.
You know,
so
it would
like,
be cool if like at one point they were like, oh, like they pull her costume out of the closet and her friends like, what's this? You just like throw that out. What the hell are you doing? Like, you need to see it.
I feel like they would
definitely see that.
I mean, like if they give her a costume, which I don't think they will.
At least I think they will by the time Defenders rolls around.
But, yeah, I don't know what it'll look like because like her costume in like the comics is pretty comic booky, but she's not very comic booky.
It's not anything insane, so I couldn't see it being. They could definitely like not modernize it, but
yeah, that's a good word.
Bring it into like the real world in a better way.
Yeah,
and I could see them doing something cool with that. Like even look at Scarlet Witch or something. You see her costume. Like,
that's a good.
Her.
Yeah, same.
Like
even Quicksilver looks like an idiot.
Like exactly. Like,
Quicksilver looks like a dumbass.
They did a good job of making it look like someone would actually wear that in real life.
Yeah, I liked Quicksilver, dude. Both
Quicksilver's looked awesome, and by the Scarlet Witch at the end, she looked so badass.
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that comes out November 23rd, I believe. It all goes up on Netflix.
Yep.
So give her a look. Looks awesome. Check out the trailer if you haven't already. More Marvel stuff. What do you got?
Episode 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll kind of go over it quickly since if Trio doesn't watch it, I'll kind of like, I won't like explain the whole plot, but like the main thing that happened here is Lash. We see him. He's a human. He transforms
I saw the picture.
into Lash. So I don't know if it's like that in the comic, but like that's the major thing we got out of this episode, that Lash is like not doing this out of just like a killing instinct. He's doing it because he like feels sorry. Like there's some other element that we aren't aware of.
Okay.
So like there's a few people that like they think it could be on the show, but I don't think it's going to be anyone we've seen yet. But whoever Lash is turns from Lash into a human.
So he to basically get by. All right.
So they're building that up.
This is sounding so much. It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is sounding so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Just through all this like Lash, like he sounds like a cool villain. All the Inhuman stuff.
Yeah, and the other part was the Hydra part. They like Hydra ends up taking Hunter to Ward like real quick.
Yeah.
And like they know who each other are, so like they can't look at each other. He
Yeah.
was gonna think he'd go up through the ranks, not see Ward, and he could do whatever he wants. But like Ward turns around and he's like, and looks at him, and he just grabs a gun off the table and starts killing him. And May's undercover somewhere, and they come in and they have this confrontation. May's ex is being held up by Strucker, and we find out that he Strucker holds him hostage, and it looks like they blow up the house and they kill. His name's Andrew. They kill Andrew, but like. Somebody pointed out the way Strucker comes, they blow this building up. Yeah. Like it's pretty crazy. It's not like they just kill him and walk out. So Strucker gets behind a car and he has this look on his face, not that he killed someone, but something happened.
Uh-huh.
You don't see his body dead. You just see his foot and there's blood and oil. That's how they blow it up. They cover the store in oil and they light it up. So that's going on, but Ward got away in the end. I'm hoping. I feel like they're end up resolving that. I don't know what they're going to even do with Hydra in the movies.
It is going to be weird. Because I feel like they've almost moved past it.
Because Hydra is small enough where they could do it on the TV show, which is what they're doing. Because it's literally a fractured nothing at this point. It could resurge, which it probably will. But it's just a matter of time. Zemo is Hydra.
Yeah.
So...
speaking... Baron
speaking
Zemo.
of Zemo and Hydra.
For Captain America 3, Baron Zemo, he always, in the comics, usually wears an iconic purple mask. I forget how he gets in the comic. I'm pretty sure he has the mask on. And
I don't know why he wears it. He
pours something on his head and the mask gets stuck to his face.
Oh, really?
He can't get it off, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's not going to be wearing his iconic purple mask. They're going to reinvent the character, I guess, which makes sense. I mean,
yeah, cool. You can't think... I mean, Robert Downey Jr. wears the Iron Man mask a lot, but, he also has a lot of, face time. And I think that's the issue. You cannot have a villain in a mask the entire
they're doing that with Phasma, apparently.
But they do it with some people. I was just... Rorschach from Watchmen wears his Rorschach mask the entire time.
He does. He gets it ripped off, once.
You see his face a few times, but, he's a small actor. I think the guy who's playing Zemo, I forget his name.
I forget. He was in Inglourious Bastards.
He is a bigger guy.
He was in that one with Hemsworth about the drivers. I forget what it was called.
No, I know you're talking about.
I can't remember. It's Drive. No, it's not Drive. I can't remember. But
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool actor.
So it's not going to be
another one.
Yeah, but it's not going to be our classic Baron Zemo from the comics. It's going to be a different take, which I'm fine with.
And of course, Zemo's supposed to be the big baddie for Captain America 3, besides the internal conflict.
Yeah, the Civil War.
Excuse me.
Speaking of big movies,
oh god,
Star Wars official and last trailer and poster.
All right, so if you haven't seen this trailer already,
what do you?
I don't even know what you're doing with your life.
You probably literally have been living
not have.
in a basement and be cut off from communication.
I mean, we'll pick apart the poster here first.
Let's look at the poster. I have it up. So we pretty much have
all
of the main cast besides Luke. Luke is the only character that we know is going to be in the movie who isn't on this poster.
And it's kind of weird because I personally thought he was going to be kind of the guy that leads them through this journey, the new people, and kind of passes the torch.
Yeah, apparently.
But it seems like Han is going to be that guy.
He's not going to be in this movie a lot. They already said he's going to be more in episode 8.
Yeah, he's already built for that. Another main thing, Rey's the main character.
Yeah.
She's smack dab.
You kind of thought
I thought Finn was going
would be the main character.
But Rey, her staff's parallel with Kylo Ren, which kind of leads me to believe like that was a main point. Her and Kylo are faced off like in the middle of the poster.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they might be twins. Because there was supposedly plot rumors that they had twins again of Kylo Ren and her are supposed to possibly twins.
Who's the father?
Like Luke or Leia or one of them. So they're supposed to be Skywalkers because Kylo Ren, that's not his name.
Yeah,
Ren
I know.
isn't his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some rumors going on before that. Like it was going to be another twins and one was going to go to the dark side and another was going to kind of take on the light, which I'm guessing Rey is going to be Daisy Ridley's character. Is going to be kind of the good one, while Ren, who knows, maybe he turns the tide at the end of the movie and becomes good, or they might kill him. Honestly, I have no idea what's going to go on with this movie.
There's going to be some sort of Death Star.
Yeah, you can see that in the back.
Because, like, in the trailer, I guess we can parallel with the trailer and just talk about it. Like, Kylo Ren is, like, a tribute to Darth Vader. He's carrying on his, like, legacy. Yeah. That's the point.
I mean, you see him, he says, like, I'm going to finish what you started.
Yeah, so, like, making another Death Star or something like sense. It makes sense, yeah.
It definitely pays homage to the Death Star. It's a little bit different. It looks like it has a gigantic gun on it. At least that's what I'm guessing. Yeah. It looks different from the original Death Star. It has some kind of shield over it. Finn rocking Luke's lightsaber, or Anakin's lightsaber. Which that leaves me, like, it's confusing me, because I really don't know. Because obviously from this poster, I feel like Daisy Ridley is the main character. But why does Finn have Anakin's sword?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's throwing me off, to be honest. Because you haven't seen Daisy with a lightsaber in any of these. Which would make sense, because I could see them totally holding that back and just being like, yeah, she's a Jedi. Like,
it's kind of strange they haven't given her a lightsaber yet. Like, she just has this staff.
And I do think they are just trying to throw us off the scent a little bit.
Yeah, I guess they can't. I mean, they've revealed a lot about the plot. Like, that's kind of what I don't like.
They really haven't, honestly.
I mean, not about the plot, more about, like, the setup, I guess would be the better way to put it.
Really, from the trailer, what we know, Finn was a stormtrooper, and I think he's getting away. So who knows?
He's a stormtrooper turned rebel.
Because it starts out with him. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I have nothing left to fight for. You see him kind of crash down to Jakku. Is that the name of the planet?
Yeah,
Jakku.
Then we see C-3PO. And, R2-D2, and then a little guy. I forget who he's supposed to be.
It's the what's her name plays him.
Yeah, black girl. Forget her name.
She was an Oscar winner. She won it for last year.
She won something last year. That's her character.
You see,
look how small he is.
See Poe Dameron, who is what's his name? Ex Machina. He plays the doctor or the scientist. I know his name.
I know you always know. I don't know.
I cannot remember his name. Oh my god!
Is he the pilot? Who's that pilot?
Yeah, he's the pilot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays freaking Apocalypse, too, in X-Men. It's totally escaping me. Anyway.
I feel like it happens all the time. Like, we know
it off, but then when we need it...
Like, when we were talking about Batman or something, I'm like, we couldn't get Gary Oldman. I was like, why don't I remember his name? Like, fuck. Anyway.
Oscar Isaac. Isaac.
There you go.
Is his name. Yes. But I thought he was going to play a bigger part. You see him in the trailer with Kylo.
Yeah,
he looks
like
he's
talks,
doing something
right?
too. No, he didn't talk.
I thought
Kylo did. Not Poe, though. You see him, like, it looks like he's putting, like, something in his head. He touches his forehead, and then he goes like, ah! And then you see him with Finn later, and he's like, yeah, man, let's do this. Like, it looked like they were on...
I love that lightsaber.
What?
Kylo Ren's. I can't get over it.
Dude, it's so...
I love it.
It's so badass.
It's like a Darth Maul. Like, I don't think you see anyone...
It did change the game, yeah.
I don't think you see anyone in the movie with a dual-sided lightsaber besides Darth Maul. Like, in the games, people have it.
I could see them hopefully doing more of that. It's definitely changed it with the cross guard, and people were saying like the cross guard isn't really even supposed to be as functional.
We'll
more
see
as
what it is. Like, we've talked about this. Like people like I feel like no one really cares anymore. Like the trailers are so big. Like,
honestly, my favorite explanation is that they're like almost exhaust ports.
Yeah, that's a good explanation.
Energy
like
going through.
Like when he turns that thing on, like it's very unstable. Pew!
It's like
it's
so.
it has a dumb like.
Oh, it's so badass though.
It's like a violent hiss rather than just like a light one.
But I'm trying to think what else happened in the trailer. You see Han Solo. He's like, it's true, all of it. He's talking to.
And you see Leia.
Yeah, you see him hug Leia.
She aged, man. I gotta say,
honestly though, I don't think she looks so terrible for how old these movies are.
What's her name again? Wow. I know her name and I don't know it
because we're recording. Gooch, don't you know? It's what's it called? No, it's Carrie Fisher.
Yes, thank you.
All the names are at the bottom of the poster. So.
Harrison Ford. I don't know what. Why don't I remember Luke's name? Mark Hamill. Jesus fuck. Why don't I remember Mark Hamill's age too? He's not I think Harrison Ford out of everyone looks the less aged.
Carrie Fisher doesn't look terrible, at least to me, compared to how old the movies were freaking taped or made. It's crazy. And honestly, Rey kind of looks like Carrie Fisher. Not a terrible likeness.
I mean, she could
so
be
they could easily
kid.
be Han Solo and Leia's children. I really think that her and I'm gonna put my money on it that her and Kylo Ren are twins or related in some way.
That's so
I just can't. There's no way to me. Just the way that they have them set up within this poster just makes too much sense. I feel like you can make 4 different posters out of just this one poster.
We never talked about, Chewie. We don't really know about
Chewie. You don't really
know. Millennium Falcon, Stormtroopers, Captain Phasma. That's it.
That's right. I mean, honestly, no crazy plot details. I mean, you see Rey a lot more. Obviously, it's going to start off, I'm guessing, with Rey on Jakku. That opening scene, the scene in the trailer where she's looking through the thing and she rappels down. I'm guessing that's going to be the opening scene.
Yeah. But a female lead too.
And that's exciting. I'm cool with that. Did you see the whole boycott going on with it?
No.
About how this is it's too racially diverse or something, or not racially,
there's a white
diverse,
girl, a black guy.
And there's a boycott going on that they're saying it's against I gotta look it up. Hold on. There's this whole Star Wars boycott going on.
But between there being a black character?
It's they said there's too much diversity in it or something.
For it to make sense within the Star Wars mythos?
I don't even know. It's the stupidest thing. Hold on, I just want to pull it up because it's a fucking crazy story. Internet trolls call new Star Wars movie anti-white. Yeah, they're saying it's anti-white.
That's stupid.
Hashtag, there's been an awakening of racist outcry. Because it's anti-white propaganda promoting,
Oh, just shut up.
It's white genocide is what this person hashtag with.
That's ridiculous.
I just don't get it. Honestly, I'd be really happy to see Rey as the lead. I think she looks cool as hell. Finn even looks awesome. What's his name? Who plays him?
John Boyega.
John Boyega. He seems really in it.
They were going to get him to play Jay Jackson.
Who's Jay Jackson? Oh, they were for Flash?
Yes.
That would have been cool as hell.
I heard.
That's actually funny. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all we got on the Star Wars trailer.
This is the last trailer
that we're getting.
So next time I'm probably going to talk about it. Bought my tickets. I got to still buy mine.
Can't wait.
I'm probably going to go first weekend. There's no way I can't.
I'm going on the dude. There's still plenty. If you're on a Regal, there's still plenty of tickets, and they make freaking new times every hour.
Dude. I don't people if you still haven't bought your tickets, you don't have anything to worry about. Because,
honestly, if you want to go see it in IMAX 3D or something like that, yeah, you probably have something to worry about.
I kind of want to see it in IMAX,
but
in the end of the day, it's not going to it's just make or break it.
It's going to be tough, yeah. If you're going to a regular theater around you though, you should be. Okay, as long as you buy your tickets pretty early.
Yeah. So before December.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
This is just a little quick tidbit. War of the Planet of the Apes, which is the third movie in the new Planet of the Apes trilogy. Or I don't know if it's a trilogy. Maybe they're doing more than 3. But it started filming this week. Its director just tweeted out, said it begins. I'm excited.
I still got to see it. I've never
seen it. Did you not see it?
I've never seen it. I mean, working at a theater when whatever. What was the other?
You saw the first one though, right?
Not Rise. Rise is the first one, right?
No, that's... What is it? Give me a sec. I can't even remember the name. There's Rise, the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes.
We suck. No, Rise is the first one.
Are you sure?
No, Dawn and Rise.
Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I've never seen either of them, but I've seen a bit of...
Yeah, Rise is the first one, Dawn is the second one.
I've seen a little bit of Dawn just from working in a movie theater. So.
Both of them, awesome movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got
this third one I'm really excited for.
The reason I haven't watched it is I want to watch Rise and then Dawn.
Definitely check it out. Great movies, great acting. Andy Serkis plays Caesar, who's like the main monkey, and he kills it. It's just a really good thing to watch. So check that out. Starts filming this year. I'm guessing it's going to come out sometime next year. What do we got next?
Gotham. So we have episode 4. So you didn't watch it, so I'll go over it lightly. I think I can talk. I mean, like, you know a lot about it, so like what I'll say will make sense.
I got you.
So we see Firefly. She's a young female.
Yeah, I heard that. They like gender swapped her.
Yeah. So which is cool, and they're looking up. She'll probably be a villain. She's like a sympathetic villain, like you sympathize. Like she's not like evil.
Mm-hmm.
She becomes Firefly through like family issues.
I got you.
You'll see. So we find this is a huge spoiler. I kind of want to just tell you though. We find out. So they send Firefly's crew, the girl. They steal a knife, and this from Wayne Tower.
Okay.
And this knife is significant from like a long-standing rivalry between the Waynes and the Dumas.
Okay.
Order of Saint Dumas family. So they talk about the families of old Gotham, the Elliots, who if you know Thomas Elliot or Hush, the Waynes and the Dumas. So you find out that there was this like thing between a Wayne and a Dumas, like he was gonna marry her. The girl was a Dumas.
Yeah.
But she was set up with an Elliot, but like, you know, she loved her, blah blah blah. He ends up getting, or no, the girl was a Wayne. I'm sorry, the girl was a Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And the Elliot or the Dumas guy ends up getting his hand cut off with that knife.
Okay.
The Waynes exile the Dumas out of Gotham, rewrite them out of history.
So wait, what's his name of Dumas?
Galavan is a Dumas.
That makes total sense.
So they they figure out like they change her last name to Galavan. But like and I was just like,
that's
my god.
Looks like we're gonna have to watch this when we get home.
And guess who's gonna we are gonna see Azrael. There's no doubt about it. The Order of Saint, like he was raised by the Order of Saint Dumas.
But he's like, it would be too early though, because he only shows up in. I think because he's Bruce's age.
You know,
like he's not that.
Maybe they'll rewrite. You know, they can rewrite it.
That's true.
Firefly's in it. You know.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, I don't know if they could use Azrael per se. They could definitely use someone from the Order of Saint Dumas. But I just saying it would be weird.
I mean, like, it doesn't have to be the comic Azrael. It can be...
That's true. It could just be another incarnation.
Like, maybe Theo Galavan will become Azrael.
That's true.
Who knows? Maybe he'll be like Batman. Theo Galavan, Azrael. You know? But, like, when I saw that, I'm like, this season is fucking awesome. Like, they are doing so much good stuff that I, like... It's just incredible. Like, I can't wait for you to watch it, and we'll talk next week about it. Maybe we'll brush on it lightly. But, dude, it's amping up. It's amping up.
I'm excited.
Like,
I'll watch it when
we're only on episode 4 too, so like we got so much more. But yeah, that's the only spoiler I'll say, because that was the big thing that we needed to talk about.
All right.
So anyway, Legend Tomorrow news.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Connor Hawke. Is confirmed to be coming to Legends of Tomorrow, and this is kind of significant because Connor Hawke, in the comics, anyways, he is the son of Oliver Queen and Cassandra Hawke, I believe her name is. Yeah, but they're like college sweethearts, and they have a son, and then he grows up to become another Green Arrow. But in this, he's not going to be the child of Oliver Queen. I mean, that's all they've confirmed. He's just going to show up. He's going to be another, like, Archer-based, like, character.
Mm-hmm.
He won't have any tie to Arrow at all.
Okay.
So I really will see what happens. I just really don't
Yeah,
know.
it's pretty interesting. So they're gonna go into the future.
Yeah, but it's not going to be his son. So I don't know what exactly they're going to do. I feel like why wouldn't it be his son if they're going to be time traveling anyways, and they could just go to the future and be like, oh yeah, I'm the Green Arrow from the future. Like, why would that not make sense?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Should be really cool. Next up, we got some more DC TV news. Krypton. There's been an update on Sci-Fi Superman prequel. So it's supposed to be set 200 years before the opening of Man of Steel, which is leading people to believe that it's going to be actually connected to the DC universe, the EU, which would make it the first TV show with DC to be connected to the DCEU, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not too excited about this. Like,
I'm not really excited.
it would be just kind of
Again,
weird. Honestly, I heard that that the project was dead, and I was kind of like okay with it. Like, I really didn't care.
Like, I don't really like Superman that much in like regards to
Just liking him.
media and stuff.
Yeah.
No, like people like I like Man of Steel and I like Batman vs Superman. I just don't like Superman character. And like anything I hear about him, it usually is like I'm just like I don't want to.
I understand. Honestly, a lot of people don't love Superman, and I can get why.
No, a lot of people like him.
I mean,
would
no,
say
I'm
the
saying
opposite.
like there's kind of a stigma around Superman where he's too good, he's too powerful, he's too this, like, and people just see him as kind of like, not that people don't like him, but people don't like him as much as most other characters.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tough to really make this character good, and I hope they do something cool with it. I thought Man of Steel was awesome.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, I will admit, he did do a little...
Does it have anything to do with the DCU?
That's what they were saying.
Okay.
It's a possibility that this is going to be like the precursor to...
But here's the thing,
Man of
like,
Steel.
this movie is going to be all, like, effects.
You mean show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that makes the budget, like, an insane amount.
Well, it's not going to be all effects. It's going to be...
Krypton. What are they gonna do?
They use sets. It's they're not going to... Yeah,
That's
don't
still
get me
a
wrong.
lot of money.
I know, but compared to like CGI and stuff, when you got to... Actually, they probably will just CGI all in, because honestly, that's cheaper.
And here's the thing. I've never heard of a sci-fi show being, like, amazing.
That's true.
Defiance, remember that show?
Mhm.
Just got canned.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that went on for what, though? A couple seasons. Like 4 or 5, right?
4 maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, but still.
That's true. I don't really know. I kind of am excited about this, kind of not really. I love Superman, but I really don't care much about that kind of like far backstory. What does it have to do with anything?
Nothing, yeah.
And
But that's why they're
I got it.
doing
Like,
it.
I liked the Krypton part of Man of Steel, and I know that was a gripe for like some of the audience.
I mean, it was like for what, like 10 minutes?
It was like half an hour, but like people were like, I don't want like too much Krypton, blah, blah, which I thought they did the perfect
I don't
amount.
think it was
I
too
thought it
much
was so
Krypton.
cool. And I don't know if it's a great idea to make a show totally about Krypton. So we'll see how it does. We'll see what comes out next. Hopefully it's good. We'll move on. Flash and Arrow. We'll start out with Flash. What'd you think, H? How'd you like it?
Yeah, it was okay.
I wasn't like anything crazy.
It was like, it was more like a filler plot to then get to the end plot or the end goal of that episode.
I mean, I didn't hate it because Captain Cold has been one of the bigger reoccurring villains on that show.
I like Captain Cold.
And I think he's cool.
Yeah, and I like Golden Glider too.
Yeah. So basically, quick synopsis of the episode. Golden Glider shows up. I forget her. It's Snart's sister, Captain Cold's sister.
Lisa
She's like
Snart?
Lisa, I think. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
She shows up. She's like, yeah, my brother got taken. I don't know what's going on. So Flash investigates, finds out he's with his dad. But
Does he have a
doesn't know
name?
his dad. Yeah, I forget. They say it at the beginning.
Is it
of the
Colonel
episode.
Cold? No.
No. Not like a
superhero
name.
Colonel Cold.
Colonel Cold. But yeah, so Flash finds him. He's like, oh, what's going on? What are you doing? He's like, I'm fine. Leave me alone. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then his dad comes out.
Barry Allen.
And then his sister finds out. She's like, I don't know why I would work with my dad. We hate each other, blah, blah, blah. Find out he puts a bomb in her head. That's why he's helping her. Ipso facto, they free his sister. They get the bomb out. They take out.
Captain Cold kills his dad.
Yeah, Captain kills.
Because he was just like...
He's like, F you, Dad.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
and while that's happening, Jay Garrick is building,
trying to stabilize a portal to Earth 2.
What they're calling the speed cannon.
Yeah.
And more stuff with we didn't mention it last week. I think we forgot. With Stein about the Firestorm Matrix.
I forgot about that.
And it happened again. So next episode is going to be...
It's Firestorm-centric.
There's no way he's Earth 2, by the way. There's absolutely no way.
That who's Earth 2?
They're like, let's find a compatible person. They find him within Earth 1.
No, I know. I'm saying... I thought there was... The Earth 2 Firestorm was going to be... It's not even Jay Jackson in the comics. I forget what the guy's name is. I didn't realize that that's what they were doing. I didn't realize
we would assume it was going to be Earth 2,
yeah.
But it's not. So, like, they're gonna next episode we'll see the new Firestorm.
Basically, they just are trying to find a match for because Stein's becoming almost unstable because he doesn't have his other half, which is Robbie.
Yeah. And he's blue now.
Yeah. And he turned blue, and basically he's gonna die if they don't find another compatible match.
Yeah, and it looks like there's like a love interest between Jay Garrick and Snow.
Snow, yeah. Jay, dude, I really like Jay, the guy who plays him. I think he's a pretty cool character. I would love to see him with his freaking speed, but
we'll see.
That'll happen. It'll happen by the end of the season.
And that's pretty much all that happens in the episode.
There wasn't anything crazy.
We never mentioned Iris's mom either. That was something we totally, because it only, I was like, damn it, I was wanting to talk about that. So, but it looks...
That happened this episode, though.
Last episode, too.
Well, that's when she came. Yeah.
So Iris's mom is like a drug addict, and you find out that Joe pretty much like
he put her in rehab
and she runs away.
Yeah,
and then he's just like, all right, never, like...
Cutting off ties. Yeah. I'm not talking to you.
You're dead.
He told Iris that she died. And then she comes back. She seems to be all cleaned up. And she's like, I want to see my daughter.
Maybe we'll see her next episode talk to Iris.
I think so.
Joe tells Iris that, like, he lied. Iris understands.
Yeah. And basically it kind of resolves.
So it looks like either Wally West could be a kid that he had with her that he didn't know she was pregnant. One. Well, or it's Earth 2.
No,
Iris is Wally West.
No, Wally West is her nephew. So I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Well, I'm saying
look it up.
I'm saying in like comic continuity.
No, I'm saying like screw comic book continuity. Could be in Earth 2. Iris is Wally West. Instead of Joe having a girl, it's a guy.
That would actually be.
Or cool. It's a kid he had with what's her name? Iris' mom. I forget her name. They said it a few times. It's a
she
kid,
got pregnant and she didn't realize.
And Joe didn't know, and then she raised the kid.
Or I could see her. I could see like maybe Iris' mom like having a brother, and like that's her son.
It could be.
Because I doubt that they're gonna ditch that connective tissue. Because no matter what, throughout all of like comics history, Wally West has been like Barry's nephew. So I couldn't see them really screwing that up that much to the point of where they bring in Earth 2. Because then he wouldn't be able to stick around after this first season. Because I mean, they're basically mostly. I don't know if they're going to deal with Earth 2 at all next season.
I would assume they would.
I mean,
they're making it a big deal.
See, I don't think so. I think Earth 2 is just going to be the whole main point of this season. Then they're going to move on to a totally new villain. Because Zoom just comes from Earth 2. Once they defeat Zoom, Jay's just going to go home. They're all going to be like, good job. We did great things. They got to seal up all the rips, so they're not going to have a way to even get it back there. Oh, and then another thing at the end of the episode, Wells.
He just can't wait. I just can't
Wells
wait.
Just basically at the end of the episode, they show the speed cannon and they just see someone pop out of it.
Harrison Wells
slowly fade up, and it's Wells. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Dude, I can't wait.
I
love Wells.
Dude, he is so good. Tom Cavanaugh.
So let's move on to Arrow.
I'm trying to think. What even happened this week?
Sarah
it was Sarah.
Resurrected, dude.
Is, yeah.
That I didn't expect it to happen so soon.
I did, only because they just showed her in the last episode and they're like, we're going to end Parbat.
Yeah, but like I didn't expect her to resurrected. So what we think is Sarah's crazy. So right now she's just like,
hold on. Little plot. Basically, they get to Nanda Parbat.
Thea
talk
and
to
Laurel.
Thea wants to talk to Malcolm. She's having her upsets her, like she's getting angry
with the Lazarus
pit, and he's like, "Oh, fine, I'll take you to this healer." Like, but he at first he says, "You just have to kill someone. Your bloodlust will go away." And then he's like, "All right, fine, I'll take you to this healer. Maybe you can help me out." But then he basically just tricks her into killing 3 of her men. They're like
to sate her bloodlust. Yeah.
And he's like, "You're good. You won't have to kill for like 3 months now." And she's like, "What the?"
Yeah.
And
she gets mad because she'll have
and she's
to
like,
kill
we're
people.
leaving, I'm done. And
Like,
before
we're
that,
not doing this. Nissa's against the Lazarus Pit. Thea's against
that's
it.
another thing.
Malcolm's like, I don't think he really
he
cares.
doesn't care, yeah. He just wants...
Laurel's all for it because she wants Sarah back. But, like, she doesn't care. She just wants Sarah back.
Yeah. Another thing, Laurel got there with Sarah, and he was like, no, I'm not going to put her in the Lazarus Pit. Like, forget you.
Yeah, I don't
you
know. Malcolm,
do that.
I
Like,
don't
she's
know.
been dead for so long. But then after the whole thing with Thea, she's like, I'm never talking to you again. We're done. He's like, what if I saved Sarah?
Yeah, Malcolm's like a...
Basically, he
like,
just used
Sarah's
it as a chip.
bargaining chip. Yeah.
So, yeah, they bring her back. She's crazy. She's basically not Sarah anymore. That was episode 4, right? Or was this...
3.
Okay, so next episode...
They're going to deal with it.
No, it's not till 5, because 5 is haunted. That's the one with Constantine. He's the one that's going to come in and help
well,
her.
there are some clips from the...
No, I know, but like that's when they're really going to like flush it out, and she's going to become like, I think, normal or again.
And she'll disappear and become White Canary and join Legend tomorrow.
Yep.
But there's still some other stuff. Diggle and Oliver are kind of making amends. I really hope they resolve Diggle's brothers thing, because that has literally been a plot since episode, 2.
But honestly, I haven't really... It's been so well subplotted, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that
they
really
barely
been
talk
thinking
about it, but it's been there. I think they need to
It's been,
finally
and that's what they're
resolve
going to do by the
with
end of this,
Hive.
because with Hive and everything like that.
What's the car guy's name? Ace? What's his name?
I can't remember
forget.
actually.
So we get this
That dude was... I like his
metahuman
powers.
who's like taking cards out of his tattoos and like throwing them at people.
It was pretty insane, honestly.
Does he end up dying? What happens to him? Oh, they lock him up.
Yeah, they lock him up in the metahuman thing.
So he goes to Iron Heights in the metahuman containment. Diggle and Oliver kind of...
They resolve their beef a little bit. Mostly. They seem to be getting along again.
What is Mr. Terrific's real name? I forget. Mr. Terrific finds out Felicity is working with the Arrow. The Arrow Cave is under the Palmer Tech building,
and now they have to
which
move
I didn't know.
Yeah.
They will be moving it. Oliver said he's
working on something.
Working on something.
But yeah, what's his name?
Ray Palmer's is attempting to contact Felicity through her phone.
That's what I saw. I was meant to ask you about that. That's what I thought too. That's what I was
yeah.
guessing.
Oh, it's exactly what it is.
It makes too much sense.
Yeah. So he's really small in
and
the
like
building.
he probably just doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what he's like. Felicity. Oh my god. That's terrible.
So that's pretty much all that happened. Both the episodes were relatively light.
Yeah, I mean they were good.
Yeah,
but they weren't any like crazy
plot.
Arrow was definitely more plot heavy, at least main plot heavy than Flash this week. But next week I think is going to be really cool for Flash and Arrow. Both of them should be some pretty good episodes.
Yeah. So we're done with TV. Video games,
right.
Big stuff. Video games are gonna. I feel like it's gonna become within the next few weeks.
It's gonna start popping.
It's gonna this week. So Trio finally beat Witcher.
Yep.
So we're gonna
touch on that a little bit.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's just do it.
Let's go. All right.
So
overall impressions. Sorry. What do you think?
Witcher's gonna win Game of the Year in my opinion. It's the strongest.
What, I don't know though.
For now.
Yeah, that's true. For now. I would agree with that.
We will talk about this in a few months because the
VGAs and stuff,
the Game Awards,
or whatever they are,
will be coming on soon. Witcher 3 is the strongest RPG I have ever played. In all, in a game, it is strong in all fields. It does not. I cannot think of besides the way skills works, which is just a small that's
a hiccup.
That's the only thing I don't like about the game. Everything else is amazing. The plots are amazing. The characters are amazing. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay is good. The world is rich. Everything about it is very well done.
And I was even I was just thinking back to Skyrim. I think that's probably one of the more comparable games.
Yeah.
In a while.
Yes. Yeah.
What I do love about it, Skyrim's the combat was good. It was as good as they could. You got your sword, you got your magic.
Person.
It was first person, but where Witcher kind of takes the cake for me is it kind of marries the combat with the story in the way of it works. With Elder Scrolls, it just got too annoying. It was you're slashing.
It's actually a good way to put it. The combat is very married with the story because what Geralt does is very lore intensive.
You can tell
that
he's been trained. The way that you fight is very fluid, and it wasn't like that in Skyrim. But on the other hand, Skyrim, everything else I gotta say I loved about it. quest wise, and I'm just trying to draw.
The plot lines are insanely rich. To the point.
I think I played Skyrim for longer personally, and I feel like I
finished the game with like 160.
And it kind of made me want to play it again more. Like with Witcher, I feel like it's one of those games that once I beat it, I'm gonna be like.
And I'm okay with doing other games. I don't mind not playing games again. I like it doesn't bother me because I do everything in the game.
Yeah,
and like I put like hundreds of hours into an RPG, and it's like it's tough to go back and redo that again. Yeah. It's very time consuming.
And I guess maybe I just haven't had it for long enough because I know like even with Fallout or like just I know that's not fantasy, but like an RPG, it made me want it. Yeah, it made me like at least after like a month or something. You know, I kind of want to play Fallout again. I kind of want to start a new person. And that hasn't happened with me for Witcher.
There's a new game plus with Witcher, which is nice.
Oh yeah. And I mean that hasn't happened with me with Witcher yet, but the only thing is it's because it's a long game. It's very intensive. And it is definitely more intensive, I think, than Skyrim in the way of like you need to pay attention to shit.
So let's like focus on things. Just instead of talking general, let's talk about the story, and we'll start with Geralt. How do you like? This is like kind of like your first time with Geralt. I played Witcher 2, and like what do you think of Geralt?
I was actually pleasantly surprised because honestly I thought Geralt was gonna be kind of this guy like, hey, I'm just Geralt. Like, I'm a mean Witcher.
He's like far everyone. From it.
Yeah,
he's like
and
far
I actually
from
like I did because just between his voice and stuff I just didn't really know what to expect. And he actually is this like kind of cool, playful character. Like he knows he's a Witcher, and he doesn't really care. He's like, yeah, I'm a Witcher. Now let's fucking.
And like Witchers are supposed to be like emotionless and like pretty ruthless. Yeah. Like they're supposed to be very like don't care, do the job later.
Yeah, like I'm here to get paid. That's it.
Yeah. And like Geralt happens to be like the exact opposite of what he's supposed to be. He like gets involved and like has an opinion and like loves people and has emotion
and like you can it's definitely and he does one thing. His voice is a little it's semi-monotone in my opinion, but honestly,
but like that makes sense because like that's what the Witchers go through like magically.
I get what it kind of dumps.
But he like his voice may be monotone, but he expresses emotion.
I mean, Triss, Yennefer, those were all really cool characters.
Yeah, they're both very different. They're the two love interests in the game. Very different characters.
You went with Yennefer.
Yennefer, just because it's more like canon.
I feel like it makes sense. Yeah,
because like Yennefer is his like his love. Before Triss.
Yeah,
and like it makes sense that he would.
I like almost felt bad
for Ciri.
And I gotta like playing through the game, like it really when a game goes through a cutscene or something, like you see Game of Thrones, you see this person like they're acting and they do just this little thing, and you're like, oh wow, like you kind of read into it a lot. Like you don't even think about it. It's because it's a TV show, and that usually never happens with a game with me. Like when it cuts to a cutscene, I'm like, yeah, this is really cool and I'm interested, but I'm not like as intensively invested as I would be with a show. Whereas with Witcher, I did feel like you could tell like even like with Triss, like when you were around her and Yennefer, like you could tell like she was kind of uncomfortable in a way. Like I felt like you could kind of get that because you were like she was your love interest too, and I thought
Yennefer
really cool.
does like when she goes to Kaer Morhen, like she throws the bed out the window because Triss slept in it. Like she like it's funny, and they point on that. The game is serious, but at the same time, it plays a lot of jokes. Mm-hmm. Like it is very like comical.
And I love how fantasy it is. Like it's not afraid to be this really big fantasy world where there's ghouls and there's monsters and you go into the forest and there's fucking fairies and shit. Like it's cool. And I love the whole aesthetic of the whole game is just spot on. It makes me feel like I'm in that fantasy world.
Yeah, from like the battle to like from like the point of the game is to find Ciri because she can help you stop the wild hunt and save her from the wild hunt. The wild hunt is this group of specters from another dimension.
See, I thought
they're elves.
See, that's what confused me. I thought they were elves. Like all the different world jumping is where it kind of like I was like
the Enshe.
Yeah,
they're
from a different dimension.
Elves from a different dimension. Yes, and their world is just getting destroyed by something. I think they explain it. I forget what.
Yeah,
what it
and
is.
then they need Ciri to move
worlds. Yeah, they want to move their population to I don't think the world has a name, but Geralt's world.
Earth. Yeah, Geralt's Earth. Yeah.
They want to move the Enshe there,
and that would mean taking out
everything and everyone.
Yeah.
So
and they have people who can go between different worlds, but they're just not strong enough to bring that many people through, right?
Yeah, they have to bring like a whole entire civilization through. It's not just like a few people. So like that's why they need Ciri.
Is the White Frost getting them? Is that what it is, or no?
I don't think so.
Because I know they always talk about that. It's like what kills every world eventually.
Yeah, I think that's
remember.
just an effect from the Enche. I don't think that's like it's killing them. Actually,
because I mean, I know by the end
they
of the
bring
thing,
it with them. Maybe it is. See, I'm not sure. I forget. It's been I beat the game a few months ago, so it's not like totally fresh. Yeah. But how about like Vesemir dying?
That was tough.
Right.
I love how he was just like, no, you can't do this, Syria. And then he just stabs him.
It's like, nope.
And then just the guy just.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, no!
The Battle of Kaer Morhen was intense.
It was intense.
Yeah, it was really good. And then the game, pretty much. I mean, like that's like the.
I liked how you could get a bunch of different endings, like slightly different endings, or very different.
So like at the end of the plot, you find out that Avalok, who's been taking care of Ciri, pretty much like
watch out for trying to teach her how to control her powers.
He has like his own agenda, and pretty much
that's what kind of confused me. So like I got to the part, and then like
good.
He's like, no, I'm not turning against you. She's doing this on your own. And then she walks out, and she's like, yeah, Geralt, he's right. So what was his whole goal? Was his whole goal to have her stop the White Frost, or
he wanted to destroy the world, more or less?
Avalok?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so, because the way he was talking at the end, because you don't want to fight him or anything, he's like, no, Geralt, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm trying to help her. And then she walks out, and she's like, yes, that's from me.
But it was by destroying the world. Like, he wanted...
No, she just opened the portal for her to go through to the White Frost and to destroy it, I thought.
Yeah, but he still wanted his people to live. That was the point. Like, he still wanted, like...
See, because...
He wanted his kingdom for himself. He was an upper in the Enche like government.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take out Eredin. He wanted to take them out because Eredin was their king. Eredin wasn't
he won't take over the Enche world, basically.
Yes, but he wanted his people to thrive, and he still wanted the earth, but he needed to take out the Wild Hunt to do that. He couldn't do it alone. That was the point of it.
No, yeah, I got that. It's just at the end, it didn't seem, at least to me, by the end, it didn't seem like he was doing anything bad.
But like, Ciri still needed to stop the White Frost. That was the point I think he was trying to make.
Yeah.
And in the end, he dies. And
so
Ciri can die.
She can.
Yes.
How would she die? Like,
in
the White Frost.
Yeah, like she'll stop it, but she dies. So like the endings are: she stops it, she lives, she becomes a Witcher.
That's what I got.
Stops it, she lives, she becomes the Empress, or she dies. That's pretty much it. That's basically the endings.
Yeah, she became a Witcher for me. What decides that? Do you know? It's just how you treat her.
Did you go to Mir when you were supposed to?
Mir.
You have to go the Emperor.
Oh yeah. Yeah. To talk to him.
Yeah. With her.
Yeah, I did.
And I think if you say certain things to her, she'll.
Because she was like, do you think I should go or not? And I just said, I mean, he is your father or something like that thing. And then she went and visited him, and then he talked to what's the weird dude, and then she's like, all right, we're leaving Geralt, and then that's it.
Weird dude.
I forget. Just the gentleman will follow me or something.
Oh yeah.
Or no, it was the other dude. The guy you like horse race.
Yeah.
Yeah, the general dude. He's like name. Very odd.
Yeah, he's kind of funny.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think there's certain things you say to her. Like, I'm kind of like, I wasn't like against her becoming Empress, but I wasn't like, because like, I don't think she deserves to be a Witcher. Like, not deserves it, but like, she's, that kind of life. Like, if I was Geralt, I would not want my daughter putting her life in harm's way to be a Witcher. Like, just rule, like, I would think she'd be more useful and more. It'd be a better spot for her to become Empress. Emir steps down and she becomes Empress. That's pretty much why he wants her, because he doesn't want to be Empress or Emperor.
Oh really?
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of try to wrap it up.
Yeah.
The game was good. Combat's good. We kind of brushed on it. Combat's really good for a third-person RPG. But I think it's going to win Game of the Year. What's going to be in the Game of the Year?
I think Fallout.
Metal Gear, which we will eventually have to talk about.
Metal Gear.
Witcher, Fallout 4, and there's going to be like one or two other games. I don't know. But Witcher, I think, is like a very good contender. And I really enjoyed it. And like, we're still playing through the DLC, but the DLC is fantastic. I've played more of it since we talked last week, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I just loved it. Honestly, the game, it did give me a nice satisfaction at the end, which I always look for when I'm playing a game. Like, I was satisfied with the story. I liked how it turned out. I thought it was cool that Sierra became a Witcher and that she made it out.
Yeah. So, besides Assassin's Creed, another game that came out was the expansion for Guild Wars 2, which is called Heart of Thorns. I'm just going to brush over this a little bit. I'm not going to go too in-depth with it. But I really like it. MMOs are kind of like a strange genre where, like, you can reinvent the game by coming out with an expansion. And that's kind of like what expansions are supposed to do. Like, add more, but, like, do things better that they didn't do good when they initially reached the game. Yeah. Like, that's the thing with MMOs that they can do. Like, you can't do that with, like, Assassin's Creed. You can't, like... You can, but you have to make another game. Yeah. You can't make an expansion.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, so, like, there's the new environment is very cool. All the new quests, the game, like, the story is better. A lot of the stuff is more voice act, which MMOs tend to not be. It's expensive. Like, MMOs are, like, painstaking. Mm-hmm. There's so much that goes into MMOs. But I'm really enjoying the expansion so far. I just wanted to touch on that. I'm like, nice. I've played it a lot, but I haven't gotten through too much of it. But a lot of changes to the base game. So if you haven't played Guild Wars in a while, hop into it. It's like a totally different game at this point.
Alright. Maybe I'll give it a look.
Okay. New trailer. Deus Ex. We got the Jensen 2.0 trailer.
Dude.
Which looks
pretty badass.
Yeah, the graphics have really changed. That's the first thing you can tell. There's a lot of attention to detail within the graphics, within the environment. And Jensen. Dude, Jensen looks sick. He looks like such a boss. He's like happens to be like one of my favorite characters like ever. I just like his like just the way he acts and the way he looks. It's awesome. Like Geralt is one of them too. I love Geralt's like one of my favorite characters ever. Like really? He's at the top. He's just so good.
He is.
The voice actor's good. The way the character's written's good. And I think Jensen, the voice actor's good, and the way the character written is good. But you know, it's not too much. We see in-game stuff rather than cinematic. Actually, for like
looks
the first
very
time.
touched up in a way
compared to Human Revolution.
Yeah, it's just not that Human Revolution honestly even looked terrible. It's just you can tell this is on next gen.
It's an older game. It was like 2012 or like 11.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's 4 years ago. Anyways, it looks really cool. It didn't show anything crazy new. I mean, see his like his arm can turn into
he has more abilities.
Weapons.
Yeah, he can like stun people with. He has like a stun gun within his arm rather than you having it as like a weapon, which I think is pretty cool. But like other than it's more like story stuff than it is anything. Mm-hmm. But moving on, two topics that we've talked about. I just kind of wanted to bring it up because I thought it was interesting because something's totally going on. So Kojima in an interview said he had left Konami in an interview with like New York Post or something. He said he left Konami. Okay, kind of expected. We kind of knew that was happening. Konami comes out and says Kojima's on vacation. He didn't leave. So what I think is going on, to just touch on it briefly without going too in depth, I think Kojima's contractually obliged to not say anything about stuff. I feel like he's still under contract, but he's just like going against stuff, and he's not supposed to be, but he doesn't care. Like at this point,
he's like, what are you gonna do to me? Yeah.
Like he said, like he's gonna be done in December. I feel like when he was done with Konami, when all ties have been cut and he's done, he will make an official statement about it because he's still
connected.
I bet, like I guarantee, he cannot say certain stuff. Him saying he's leaving, what are they gonna do? Like he is.
Mistake.
We all know that. Like if he started like shit talking them, that's a different story. When he works for them, like
you can't do that.
They can like
they can fuck with him.
Yeah, they could probably do some stuff. He's like contractually obligated to not say certain things. But like I think like within the next few months we're gonna see what actually went on with all that stuff. But it's interesting to see like right after he said he was gonna leave, Konami was like, no, he's not.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about?
and they aren't even talking about it. They're both like very hush hush about it. But again, I think we're gonna see
some more stuff come out afterwards.
We'll see the light come to the surface soon.
I got you. All right.
One more trailer before we get into the Syndicate news. We got a Doom closed alpha gameplay trailer. So Doom's multiplayer will be going to closed alpha, like they've said. So if you got Wolfenstein, you have access to the alpha. And the game looks good. It's like a very classic,
like fast-paced first-person shooter, power-ups. Everyone's going crazy everywhere.
It's not too complex.
I mean, if you saw the gameplay trailer from E3, you basically know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Like it takes off the multiplayer of the original Doom, Quake, and Unreal, which are the first first-person shooters that got the wheels rolling.
Yeah.
That looks good.
It looks pretty nice. Yeah.
All right, last topic. Syndicate.
First impressions.
Okay. I like it. But I don't want to say I love it. I don't want to say it's a great game until I'm fully done. I'm still.
I have heard some things on the ending which aren't amazing.
I haven't looked at reviews. I haven't heard anything about it.
I looked at like I went on GameSpot to do like the review roundup, and it's all high, like
9s, 8s.
It's like high 8s, low 9s.
No 10s. Any 10s?
No 10s.
Good.
You know, it's hard to get a 10. Or like a perfect score. Like,
but
Metal Gear
I don't think it deserves a 10 yet.
Oh, no, without a doubt. I mean, I think everything so far I love. I think it's a very tight game in the way of like I think all the mechanics work very well.
Yeah, let's talk about. Let's just go step by step, like as much as we can.
Jacob.
So our characters, Jacob and Evie Fry,
love them.
They're good.
So far.
I think they're both like very different.
Yeah.
And I like how so once you get into the game, sequence 4 is when the game starts getting into its like core way of it.
Like where they're doing everything by
Jacob
itself,
has his own story
and
of what he's doing for the assassins, and Evie has her own way.
Basically,
so
Evie's looking for the piece of Eden.
Yeah, the Shroud of Turin.
While Jacob's basically just trying to take down Starrick's organization.
Take down the Templars. And I think that's cool. It's
I think
a
it's
good way to
idea.
like.
Yeah.
The good way to do it.
I like you can switch between Jacob and Evie on the fly. You can do all the side. There's only certain missions that you have to be Jacob or Evie for. Basically, the story missions.
Yeah.
Everything else you can do either one, which I like.
Yeah. One thing though, it doesn't seem like they made it seem like their playstyle is different. They're really not.
They're really not as. There are a few perks that only either of them can get, but basically their perks. They're at the bottom. There's like 3 that for Jacob that say he can only get. I will admit, I would have liked some more.
Like, there's no diversity between them. They play pretty much exactly the same.
At the same time, though, I kind of would have been mad if, when I'm playing as Jacob, he's really not that good as stealth. But,
like, I think that would have been cool, because then you have to adapt your play style. But, like, you can still use your hidden blade. I mean, like the thing is, like, both of them share weapons. And, like, so Evie's supposed to be more stealthy. I'm like, why would you want to use a Kirky? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, why not, though?
Because, like, she's supposed to be stealthy. Like, I use the sword cane with her, and I use, like, I think...
See, I use the sword cane with Jacob, and I use the knife with Evie.
Really?
I think it just works. I like the way they both fight with it.
But, like, it doesn't make, like, be looking at Unity, oh my god, it's scaled down.
In the way of
customization.
I mean, weapons-wise, you can still do a lot.
But there was
in the way
too
of
much
costume,
in Unity. There was like so much that you didn't know what to do with in Unity.
And I like that they don't wear their hoods all the time.
Yeah,
it makes Jacob total sense. Yeah, I think that's sweet.
I like the way they do outfits though.
Yeah,
there's only one. You can only customize Evie's cloak and Jacob's belt. And then everything else is controlled through outfits. And outfits give you different perks. But it's a whole outfit. Yeah. It's not just like a piece. And I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot better.
And they definitely look like they're supposed to be there. And I like how they kind of hide their hoods almost. Like in the way you don't even see it. They just kind of have their collars.
They both wear like overcoats over their hood part. It's cool.
I like it. I mean, I love Jacob and Evie. I think they're really cool characters. I like him way better than Arno was cool, but
Arno was kind of boring in the end. He didn't have like too much to him. I liked Ken way better than I do, and I like how just to mention the story, they're talking a lot about both Edward Kenway, Haytham, Reginald Birch, who like it's kind of funny, like we didn't even realize was like an insane bad. He was the leader of the British Templars 100 some years ago. Yeah. Well, pretty much 100 years ago, and they talk about. Those 3, they talk about a little bit of Connor. If you read some of the posts, they talk about Connor.
Did they mention it?
Well, yeah, he was involved with Haytham and stuff. But, like, that's pretty much it. And I thought that was cool, though. Like, you go to Kenway's house in the game, where he ended up, like, living and dying. If you didn't know, he died.
I actually read the book, like, which basically connects...
Haytham.
It basically tells Haytham's story, and it talks about like how that all went down. It's kind of cool to see the actual house that I read about.
Yeah, and like you can find all like his little like knickknacks he brought back from like the jackdaw and stuff. The present day is good. It's cool. Like they're actually, I haven't seen too much about it.
I mean,
like in the way of like where we're both at the exact same point, which is kind of funny.
We did that with Metal Gear until I slowed down, but
yeah, they're talking about it more than they did in Unity. In Unity, they barely said a goddamn word about it. They only talked about it like once or twice. But now, like, Sean and Rebecca are more like field work assassins instead of like behind the desk, and Bishop is like in Rebecca's place and Sean's place. And I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully that the story has like a resolution.
I hope so too.
I hope.
I mean, we haven't heard anything about frickin' what's her name from Assassin's Creed 4, the goddess.
Oh, Juno.
Juno. Like,
yeah.
She just got out and she's like, and then that's it.
Yeah,
like,
we haven't.
Like, it's annoying me, to be honest.
Like, really right now, I think the piece of Eden they're looking for in the present day is the Shroud of Turin. I think that's pretty obvious. But, like, other than that, we really don't know what's going on.
I mean,
I just hope it comes to a good resolution.
Another thing, the zip line in it is like, really cool. It's very necessary, I feel like, for this
It's
city.
like the hook blade. It, like, revolutionizes
and it's
movement in the game.
You would not be able to move nearly as fluidly without it.
Yeah.
Because just between the wide avenues that you have to traverse.
If you could compare London to anything, it's like Boston and New York from 3.
Yeah.
The way the streets are set up, it's like Paris was very tight.
Yeah. While this is more open.
Yeah, the streets are huge.
And I do like how this is the closest I think they can get to present day.
Here's the thing.
Timeline-wise,
I was just thinking, I'm like, they might be coming to a close on their series soon.
They
are inching towards modern day.
I mean, I could see them going back, and they've done that before. They've gone back further. Or actually have they?
Nope. We go from
Crusades,
it was Renaissance, and then shortly after, so like Ezio, and like within that 30 years, then we go. Actually, we
Someone was saying
go
like
back.
a World War II game, but
it would be odd. It would
be
tough.
tough.
They would have to redesign their.
That would be like
system.
very hard to do. Like I just don't. It would be cool if they could find a nice way to pull it off.
So we go from American Revolution, then we go back to piracy, but it's still like that's like 80 years. It's still like the same time period. Like not much has changed. Going to change.
That's what I could see.
Especially back then.
I could see them going pretty far back. I would go back again.
And then we go to the French Revolution, end of the
Industrial Revolution,
18th century,
British, the Victorian London.
Yeah.
So
like we're on the cups of the 1900s.
Yeah.
But the game's good so far. I hope it delivers when I'm done.
I mean, I gotta say, I wasn't too pumped for this game. I wasn't.
No,
not that I wasn't like.
Neither of us.
Not
were.
that I was like, this is gonna be super. But not like for an Assassin's Creed game. I'm usually like, I cannot wait for this game. Like, but I really wasn't.
This is the first. Because Unity let me down more than it let you down. I thought Unity was the worst game in the series so far. Like compared to 1, like 1 was the worst because it's the first one, and then like each game was better than the next. But Unity was really just crap, in my opinion, on like all fronts. It was bad.
See, I think the only front it was bad for me was story.
I think it was bad on most points.
I feel like gameplay wise, all that stuff. Like I feel like it played nice. I didn't hate playing it. Just the story let me down when that was about it. But this really has pleasantly surprised me. I love how the game plays. I like everything about it. So
once we beat it, we'll talk about it
It's
more.
been holding me on. Like, I don't want to get off. Like, I've been wanting to play. And the map's nowhere near as cluttered as Paris was, which I like. It's one-third bigger than Paris, I'm pretty sure.
What I want to mention, the train hideout, that's really cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's a very cool idea. So your hideout, instead of it being like a building, it's like a train.
That goes around London. It's pretty cool. And the carriage driving's good. I feel like that works very well.
It's okay. I mean, it's not like amazing, but like I'm not going to complain about it.
I'm saying for what it is, I think it's fine.
Oh, and the last thing I wanted to mention, the way the sequences are done right now, 4 was pretty long. 1 and 2 could have been one sequence.
Yeah.
And like 3 could have been latched onto 4. So like
it's almost
it's weird the way they do it. Like sequence 1 or 2 are one mission long.
Yeah.
That's it. What? Like
it is weird.
1 and 2 should be 1.
Yeah.
3 should be tacked onto 4 and it should be 3. It's just in my opinion. It would make more sense. But we'll see how the rest of the sequences play out. We're both just got into the main chunk of the game. So we'll be talking about it when we beat it once again. We'll be talking about Halo. Guardians, Halo 5 Guardians next week because that's coming out.
Yep.
And then we got a break, and then we got Fallout and all that crap.
All that fun stuff.
All right, guys. This has been Gooch and Trio with Everything Entertainment.
Have a good one.
See you later.